we hadn't even started. So we want to try to get the best out of it. Thank you for that. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
You're welcome.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Before we had made our break for Salat, we were going over current events, and the other day I had an opportunity to share something that my cousin down in Florida, he's a young man, he's in his 20s, and he's in college, and he does a lot of research on the family history, and so he found a gravestone of my great-grandfather, who was part of the United States Colored Troops, Civil War. So I could barely hold myself when I said, yeah, I said, Allahu Akbar, man. So the history of the Monroe family, their name changed from Forward to Monroe. That's my father. My mother didn't bother to take his name and put it on YouTube. Well, it had nothing to do with him. But it's real good history. But I said that to say this, that most of us in here have that history. Most of us in here have that history. There's a sign of the fabric of this society, of our ancestors and how they dealt with it. And most of the soldiers that fought in the Civil War were really fighting for their freedom. And most of you know that history. It's a real powerful history in itself. But it says a lot about the spirit of the African Americans who were freed from slavery, wanting to establish their community life. They weren't trying to establish an individual big business life. All they wanted to do was establish a community life to show that they could build society like the white man could build society. And there's history throughout the fabric of America of communities of African Americans who were once slaves and freed, and they built churches, they built schools, they had social organizations, some of them were signed, or whatever the case may be. But it showed that this certain drive in the human spirit of wanting to be connected with community life. And that's most important. It's not a lot about the individual. The individual, yes, has an importance, but his importance means nothing without another individual or a group of individuals for them to establish a society. So that was, I thought that was real powerful. And again, I said it's just a sign for all of us of what great stock we come from, because of the history that goes on in this society. But it also shows that spirit in all human beings. Another thing we were looking at in our discussion with Brother Salam, how many are familiar with the term Masjid al-Haram and Masjid al-Aqsa? Raise your hand, don't be shy. But you're going to be in these seats one day. And that's another thing I wanted to make sure that everyone understands. I'm quite sure all of you understand that we share for you to share. Right. And Imam Abdul shared with us, and now we sitting up here. We have to share. It's not about holding it on for your own little, light to shine while you're home or wherever you may be at. It's given to give. And that's how the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, the prayer of peace be upon him, he received and he let it go. He didn't, hold it. He made it public, And our leader, Imam Muhammad, Rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy on him, was about the same way of giving and sharing to empower people so they can empower others. And that's what this is all about. So, yes, sir.
Like Sharon here, what you call Sharon?
Right. That was good. So, Masjidul Haram. Yes, sir. Hey, could you keep it down?
Yo, listen, y'all gotta keep quiet. Gotta keep quiet.
Masjidul Haram. Those of you who are familiar with Masjidul Haram, give me some discussion about it. Yes. What ayah is it?
I just read this. I know it means sacred mosque.
Sacred mosque. Anybody have any other discussion? Anybody remember the surah in a sense? Masjidul Haram. It's the Qur'anic study class now. And you have your Quran with you. It could be found in the dictionary. Haram could be found in the dictionary. But Masjidul Haram, what surah is that in this discussion? How many are familiar with the Mi'raj, the Ascension?
Yes.
There's a surah entitled that, Isra, right? Take a look at that.
They got a couple of ayats, 2:144. They got a couple of them for Masjid
The
Haram,
first one that starts off with
Two.
discussing the Isra.
Isra. So that got to be in chapter 17.
There you go.
17:1. 17:1.
There you go. 17:1. I like that.
If they have the Quran with you, that's
I like it.
like Dr. J coming to class without play basketball, without the basketball seat. I have the Quran with you.
So Masjidul Haram, it is said that the Prophet left from Masjidul Haram, Allah took him to Masjidul Haram, from Masjidul Haram to Masjidul Aqsa, right? The farthest mosque, right? So the next question is, where is Masjidul Haram? So there's nothing wrong with asking a question. The angels ask questions, right?
Right.
Masjidul Haram? Mecca? Okay, that's a good answer. What about Masjidul Aqsa?
Jerusalem.
Was Masjidul Aqsa existing during the time of Muhammad the Prophet? Huh? Was there a masjid there in Jerusalem?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, it wasn't a masjid. It wasn't a masjid. What are the comments Imam Muhammad made in regards to Masjidul Haram? Remember, we always say that what happened in the life of Muhammad the Prophet, the prayer and peace be upon him, when revelation came to him, was all an internal operation, revealing to him the external reality. Right? Internal operation. The ascension, because it's said and recorded in Hadith that he never left his bed, right?
Right.
That's what it said right in the Hadith. So here Allah is revealing to him something. It's revealing to him something that's operating in all human beings. Something that should be cared for. And one of the comments Imam Muhammad said was, Masjidul Haram is the sacred precincts in our brain. Because once the brain is rid of all its idols and falsehoods and truth, and wickedness and falsehood, once it's rid of all of that, it's, it's pure, it's sacred. This is sacred ground up here. And that helps us in understanding that we have to preserve that. We are obligated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve that. How do we preserve it when we read in the Quran? Allah tells us what? Before we read the Quran,
Seek refuge.
seek refuge to Allah, right? That's preserving the intellect and the soul and its sensitivity. So we have our sensibilities and we have our sensitivities that are centered in our soul. That's Masjid al-Aqsa. It goes deep. It says the far masjid. Masjid is a place of worship, right? Sacred place, sacred ground. The soul is sacred. And it says Mary went to a far place in the east. Right? Far place. It says Aqsa. The word is Aqsa. Aqsa means far. Well, you know what's far in us? Deep in our soul. In the soul of the human being. That's far. And if the mind is not right, it affects that soul. And you can see it today in the people that say they follow that guy named Chump. Because their mind is full with ideologies from white supremacy, and they are victims of that. They have not had leadership to really address it, to free them of it. Right? So they see him as an idol. They forget about the presidency. They see him as the guy that was on The Apprentice, the guy that has all these towers. That's what they see him as.
Entertaining.
And we live in a society that is filled with idols, celebrities, you know.
Make it relevant, brother.
Right, they say what they got and I was in a few of those. They call them American Idol singing competition. In the military, they had the same thing. American Idol. I did a few of them.
You man can sing.
I like to sing. I like to sing a little.
Yeah.
But here, the idea of idols in the society is similar to the idea of idols that were in the Kaaba, the sacred precincts, right? And what did the prophet do? He went in. He didn't tear the Kaaba down. He just went in and took the idols out and destroyed them. So to make a connection, when Imam Muhammad came into leadership, what did he do? He went in and destroyed the idols, right? That's right, out of the sacred precincts, right? Because the majority of the people in the society of the Nation of Islam were in something that was similar to an Egypt society, right? All these different types of concepts that was going on and seeing themselves as God, you know, and seeing the one that gave it to them as, you know, God manifest. That's idol worship. The Imam saw that, and Allah blessed him with a strategy to be able to dismantle it. And that's what Muhammad the Prophet did. Allah blessed him with a strategy. When he was in Mecca, Allah revealed to him verses from the Quran to help him educate his followers, right? So you see most of the surahs in the Quran are not chronologically given as the way they were revealed. Everybody familiar with that, right? Yeah. So in the latter surahs in the Quran, those were the early surahs that was revealed to Muhammad the Prophet. Most of those that begin with Qul, those last, the Qul, the 4 Quls, is really more than 4, because there's one that says about the jinn. It's 5 Qul. So those surahs were addressing this problem in the minds of his early companions. And they were told to seek refuge in Allah from those influences. Societal influences. Because society has this impression on the mind of the newborn mind that comes into it, right? Just like a baby. The baby comes in the environment and it's impressed by seeing mama, daddy, seeing his little brothers. It's very impressionable, like clay, you know, and it leads